Hell, wow. That was quite the vocal crack. Exciting. I'm leaving that one in. It's perfect. Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, where we are currently hauling these fuel tanks all the way to Duna for 6 meters per second. Oh, I love it. Okay, so we are, as you can see, currently warping our way in. We'll be there in about a month. And this is the encounter that we got. It's not perfect. A huge part of the reason why we're so low is because I didn't bother with an inclination adjustment. We'll pay for that later on. But it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So, we're going to go ahead and do our braking burn. Pretty much right now. We're going to be using our interplanetary transfer stage, I guess. I mean, it's not really that anymore, I suppose. Right on back to being a maneuver phase. Let's do this. So, there's our 6 Delta V. That was exciting. And here goes our nuclear engine. So this is like a 10-minute burn. Of course, at 4x, it's only going to be like 2 minutes. But even so, this is still a relatively lengthy burn. We need to do a lot of braking here. However, we have plenty of time for this. Plenty of time. We have 2 days before we have Duna escape here, and it's getting further and further away because of our burn. So, once we get up here, the plan is to kind of circularize at this inclination, and then I'm going to decide, do we want to land equatorial or polar? I'm kind of thinking, since we often get this kind of orbit, we should land equatorial with this. Reason being, it would be quite easy to do a manned polar orbit, or a manned polar landing, and then just take off and return. So what I'm thinking is we burn the extra Delta V here to get an equatorial landing. That's the theory, anyway. I mean, we have so much spare Delta V. Of course, as far as an actual landing goes on Duna for Kerbals, for landing Kerbals on Duna, well, I'm not convinced that we can land a lander on Duna and take off and return in that same lander. We might have to do something like what they did in reality for the moon with the Lunar Reconnaissance Lander, an orbiter. You have an orbiter, and then you have a lander that you land. That might be what we have to end up doing. There we go. Not bad. Almost done with this burn. We've got another 15 seconds on it. As far as Ike goes, we can do like we did on Gilly for Ike. I'm not concerned about Ike. Whoa! Oh, we're just changing our direction. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I got a little concerned there when it overshot, but no, MechJeb was correct. Okay, so let's go ahead and have this apoapsis up. Well, not that apoapsis, but that apoapsis. And let's go ahead and circularize this guy. Down to, what, about 250? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, right about there is good-ish. We can just twist this orbit ever so slightly. Let's do something kind of like that. I think we went too far. Still too far. And like prograde a bit. Up to about there. Why am I trying so hard to circularize this thing? That's the real question. I have no idea why. I think right here is close enough. Let's go ahead and execute that here in 8 days. That won't be too bad. And then we'll burn the extra Delta V to change our inclination from this kind of wacky angle. We'll burn that, like right there. Okay, here we come. Where you at, Duna? There you are, Duna. Hi, Duna. How you doing today, Duna? You feeling good? That's nice. Duna said that it feels cold and dry. Except at the north and south, where it just feels cold. I mean, it's still kind of dry. It's frozen water. At least I assume it's water on Duna at the ice caps. I actually don't know that for sure. Well, I guess that's one of the reasons why we're going to be landing Kerbals at the ice cap. So this braking burn won't be too bad. We also still have a huge amount of burn time in this. So let's just go ahead and finish up this braking burn, change our inclination, warp around a time or two just to make sure that we're actually, you know, getting all of the orbital data that we can from low orbit. I should look up what low orbit is on this guy. Does it say in KSpedia? Nothing is ever said in KSpedia. And also it's behind all of the add-ons. Let's see, locations, celestial bodies, Duna. Nope, it doesn't say. Helpful. Okay. There used to be a tab here to show information, but I guess they removed that? I don't know. Anyway, we need to change our inclination, so let's go ahead and do that. Going to be changing it right about here. And we're just going to... Whoa, now. Maybe not quite that extreme. Let's see here. Burn this guy retrograde a bit. And then from this side, I'll be able to a bit more easily see. Continue to go equatorial. That looks decent. And then we'll just need to raise this periapsis. Actually, while I'm thinking of it, let me pull up the Duna low orbit. What is the Duna low orbit? Yeah, synchronous orbit. Let's see here. Looks like the altitude starts at 50 kilometers. The low orbit starts... Where is it? No, seriously. Where is it? Doesn't actually say here. Excellent. Well, I'm sure it says here somewhere. But 50 kilometers is where the altitude starts. So let's just go for just above that. Let's go for like 55. So right about there should be good. And we'll go ahead and execute that node. It's equatorial enough. Not sure what that final inclination will be, but it'll certainly be a lot closer to 0 than what we are right now. Which is kind of awkward, is what we are right now. Let's go ahead and warp over to this node. There we go. Node in 5 minutes. Ooh, we missed a gravity scan there. Oh well. It's equatorial. We'll get it here in a moment when we warp back around. And this burn will be a 3-minute burn. Not too bad at 4x. Fantastic. And then the question is, at what speed do we want to enter the atmosphere? Well, we're already moving pretty slow. So there is that. Duna is relatively easy in terms of its gravitation and its atmosphere. So I think we need to not worry about that too much. But this burn will be over very shortly. And let's see what that's doing to our orbit. Nice. Very nice. Okay, at this periapsis, and as you can see, we're not perfectly equatorial, but it's close enough. At this periapsis, let's just lower our apoapsis down to that same about 55k. So right about... that's close enough. And we'll execute that. Excellent. So that should deal with our in-space high. I mean, we're gonna miss something here, but like I've been saying, we're actually getting close to having the whole tech tree unlocked. And returning data from Duna and from Ike is going to get us just enormous amounts of science. So I don't think we really need to concern ourselves with science too much. Oh, nope, missed it. That's what happens when I don't have my hand on the mouse, I guess. Lowlands. Oh my. Oh, this is in space. Yeah. Do it. It's just regular in space. We're going to do an atmospheric pressure scan. And a temperature scan. And we'll get ourselves a gravity scan. How are we doing on power? We're kind of low on power right now. We should maybe let that recharge a bit. We'll grab ourselves a bunch of in-space low data from the equator of Duna here. And we still have huge amounts of delta V left in this interplanetary transfer stage. It's kind of pathetic. Okay, let's go ahead and create ourselves a maneuver node right here. Create node. Go ahead and stop time warp. And let's see here. Gravity scan from the Midlands. Transmit that. Excellent. We are at 50% done. Oof, we ran out of charge. Okay, let's reorient ourselves a bit here. Highlands. Okay, that's fine. We'll do Highlands in a moment, but I just want to reorient us to surface up. Just so that we can bring our solar panels a little bit better to bear here. Also, toggle brakes. There we go. Now we're recharging a bit. And I'm just going to warp us up a little bit to recharge here. Yeah, in space near craters. That's fine. We're just going to keep this. In fact, I want to double check that we're fine here. Yes, we are. Just kind of want to keep this attitude for now until our electric charge regens a bit. Okay, Midlands. Let's go ahead and try this now. Transmit data. This ain't working. Stop transmitting. Okay. Let's go ahead and undo the warp. And let's just warp here, do one orbit. That's at 10x, so it's going to be a little lengthy. But that's fine. We just need to get our electric charge built back up. That's all we're interested in right now. And once that is built back up to... I mean, we don't have any connection right now, so we can't transmit even if we wanted to, but we will momentarily have a connection again. And our electric charge is getting close to being at half. Come on, get us a connection. One of these days. Ike is behind the planet, and I have to assume that our Mark III is as well. Which is why we have no connection. But that's okay, it does give us a fair amount of time to build our electric charge. Okay. Electric charge is full. So, now we just need to get ourselves a connection here. There, we have one. Okay. So let's go ahead and stop our warp. Transmit the data. And we can go ahead and stop warping. There we go. Fantastic. Gonna go ahead and create a maneuver right here. And let's go ahead and warp. Can't warp faster than 10x, unfortunately. But it is what it is. It'll take about 4 minutes to make it all the way around here. Just want to make sure that we're not missing any gravity scans from this orbit. So far so good. This is all lowlands. Midlands we already have. That's fine. Just go ahead and keep on warping. Just keep warping. Midland Sea. We already got that one, looks like. Western Canyon. We do not have that one. Let's go ahead and transmit that. We should be pretty close to done with our transmissions. But that's going to get us... how much science? 78. Nice. That's actually a pretty good chunk of science. Okay, Midland Sea, we're good on that. Highlands, oh, we're not good on Highlands. Transmit that, 78.4 science. Very nice. There we go, 78 science added. Midlands. Lowlands we're good at. We're good at most of this. Of course, with us being on the dark side now, we need to go around in order to get the electric charge to transmit. That's fine, that won't take very long. Node in T-minus 31 minutes, huh? Okay, stay at 10x. Lowlands, we are fine with lowlands. Still lowlands. What else do we got? Anything? I feel like that's probably pretty close to it. But we certainly need to come around to the day side before we can think about landing. There's no doubt about that. We're also losing electric charge. Come on. Come on. We can get to the day side. We're still over the Midland Sea. This is a big old biome. That's for sure. We've only got about 20 minutes left for our node. So, and hey, there's the sunrise. Excellent. So we've only got about 20 minutes left, so we're about halfway around. But it's going nice and quick now that we're just over the Midland Sea and there's essentially nothing else. So let's go to surface velocity minus for now. Actually, let's go to, yeah, surface velocity minus will be fine. Okay, what do we got here? Lowlands. We don't need lowlands. Another 15 minutes. That's fine. You know what? I think I can safely say that we got everything, because as we went through this before, we got very, very little. Oh hey, craters. We didn't get everything. Well, we'll go ahead and transmit that. Excellent. There we go. 60 data received. Lowlands. Midlands. Islands. Midlands. Okay. I think we can say we're good. Unless there's something right here. Well, that's Highlands. So what's this? What's this structure here? Eastern Canyon. Yeah, I thought there might be something here. So we're going to go ahead and transmit this guy. No usable in-range comms devices. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see why. I don't like it, but I can see why. He's going this way. Well, one thing we could do is we could warp up a little bit here and just make sure there's nothing else and just hold on to this gravity scan for now. We'll reconnect here pretty soon. That's the Midlands. That's the Lowlands. Yeah, I think that's it as far as data goes that we're going to get from this orbit. We've got 5 minutes left here on our maneuver node. Of course, we're coming around towards the dark side of the planet now. Yeah. But we should also be getting a signal very, very soon. Which direction is Ike going? Also this direction? Okay. So this is kind of a bad time to try to land because we're going to probably lose probe control relatively consistently. Which is a little annoying. Okay, we have data again, so let's go ahead and transmit our data. There we go. And I'm going to turn off stopping time warp. Excellent. Now I don't want to put down over here because we'll lose contact since both of these are going this direction. They're not going to be coming up over the horizon, they're going to be setting from the perspective of the planet over here. So if we're going to land, we want to do it over here. So essentially, that is where we're headed. We are going to warp over to here. However, that's going to be kind of a lengthy period, and we are reaching the end of this episode. So I'm going to go ahead and put a cut in here, and next episode, we'll be landing this rover on Duna. See you all then.